Here in Philadelphia, Citizens Bank Park, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Singy, here in Philadelphia, the hometown fans are excited.
This is one of the best places to play when you're playing well. No one more passionate than these Philadelphia Phillies fans. And this ballpark's still one of the most beautiful parks in all of baseball.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about to get started. And on the hill, the big righty, Zach Wheeler. What do we need to know here?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Now it's the veteran outfielder, George Springer. Check swing, and he went. That's strike one.
0-1.
And it's strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one is inside.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
On the ground. And that's just foul. The wind of the pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And it's through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Nobody out, runner at first. That one ripped, but foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
One ball, 2 strikes.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. And there's a ball.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Next offering is down low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Late cutting action to get the swing and miss right there. I mean, that's just really hard to account for as a hitter when you're seeing the fastball all the way and then just at the last moment it darts away from you and you can't reach it.
Anthony Santander at the plate.
Runner.
Springer on the run. Pitching for a strike. Real Muto throws not in time. It's a stolen base.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
Next
Ball
offering
that's
is
outside.
outside. Just
Ball, that pitch is
missed.
out.
One out and a runner at second. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will hit next. First
At the
pitch
ball.
doesn't find the zone. Vladdy
Ball one,
needs
no
just
strike.
one hit to reach 200 for the season.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident, and there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
And that is out of play. Springer stands at second with 2 gone. Late on that fastball.
Well, he looks to have some quality stuff on the hill today. Start this outing out, pepper in the zone, arm is loose, and firing him in there.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here in Philadelphia, and on the mound in this one, Kevin Gausman. What should we keep an eye on here?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your
That's
toes.
the ball.
Kyle Schwarber, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing
We got
at.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1 and
1
2.
ball, 2 strike.
Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Trey Turner now. That's in there. That's strike 1. Gausman. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's
Ball
off
in.
the inside edge. And the count is 1 and 2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence
that's
grows with the
upstairs.
players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
That
The count
one
is full.
misses, and the count's full. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch-to-pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt. Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first two hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Here's Bryce Harper at the plate now. Growing up, he experienced a moment straight out of the Sandlot. Harper was getting ready to play for Team USA, but he didn't have a bat, so he borrowed one from his dad.
Okay.
The bat was autographed by Pete Rose. His dad wiped the autograph clean and told Bryce to use it. I'm not sure how many dads would have done that. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
That one hit to right. Springer drifts towards it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Scoreless after one. New inning getting started. Now it's the DH, Will Wagner. Wheeler back to work. Wagner, 26 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season.
Well, they just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
He's there. He's got it. And there's one down. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. And that one fouled off.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about, the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well, he steals strikes for his pitcher.
Second inning here, no score. And down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Here's Andres Jimenez. And there's the strike. Two down, nobody on. And he chases a high fastball there.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Swing and a miss. Wheeler gets the strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. No score. Back here in Philadelphia, we head to the bottom of the second. And now for the Phillies, Nick Castellanos. Hit on the ground to short. Bichette tosses across to first. 1 up, 1 down. And here comes Alec Boehm.
Let's go, Alex.
Out towards right center field. Springer on the move. Puts it away for the out. Now batting Max Kepler. In the air, left field. Santander makes the grab. That is the inning. We'll move to the third with no score. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. There's the strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Next offering upstairs.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Just missed. Check swing, and he went 2-2.
2-2 count.
Struck him out looking.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And now Nathan Lucas. Castellanos on his horse. Can't get there. This one lands foul. One down, base is empty. That's too low. 1-1. Out towards left center. He makes the grab, and there's 2 away. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. And that's in the dirt. Strike 1.
1-1.
Top of the third, no score. Next offering in there for a strike. Going to count 1-2. Way high. Out to center. Marsh moves under it. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Set for the bottom of the third. JT Realmuto steps in. There's the strike. Sliced hard but foul. Oh, 0-2 now. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
No need to deviate from the slider right there. The hitter just not making the adjustment. He came at him with the breaking ball, pitch after pitch in that at bat, and evidently there was no answer for it.
This is Bryson Stott. Fouled off left side. One out, base is empty. Ground ball right side. Jimenez to first. And a couple of quick outs. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Outside low. Ball one.
Counts 1-0.
2 outs, base is empty. That one finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
And the Phillies are set down in order. Down quickly go the Phillies. And we're still knotted at 0. As we go to the top of the 4th. Now it's the shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Let's go, Phillies.
And that one is in for a strike at 95. And it's 0-1.
Well, these Jays, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats. And I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. Strikeouts are a little easier to stomach in baseball today, but even by those standards, they're going down way too often. And I think they're having a hard time getting any momentum going as a result. Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. All tied up, top half of inning number 4. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
On the corner for a strike, and a count 1-2. Dives and he can't hang on. Gets it there in time though, and they do get the out.
Great job by the second baseman right there. Quick reaction and dive, knock that ball down, and big leaguers just don't panic, not the good ones. He gets up, makes the play, really good throw over to first base. That's the kind of composure that you want to see from a guy in that position.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now struck out looking his first time. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
2 outs. That one's upstairs, ball 1. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Real Muto up with it. Fires to first. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. On to the bottom of the 4th now. Still with no score. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. Bottom of the 4th. So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber. That misses the zone, and that is ball 1.
You know, these Phils, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and That's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond,
Ball
and
inside.
they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Hey. We got full count.
Outside, and that is ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Here's Turner now. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Just missed. Runner at first with no outs here. And it's 1-1.
1-1.
Just
That's the ball.
missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Runner holds at second, so another base hit could get us the first run of the game.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there.
Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Bryce Harper to the plate. Gets him to chase after that one.
0-1.
First and second, no outs. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That
That's a
misses, and the count is 1-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2.
In the dirt, but kept close. To third, tag, got him.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut it down. It gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
Turner, the runner at second with 1 away. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 balls.
Spin rates outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Off the mark there. Ball 1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
The 1-0. He was late there. Strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
In there at the knees. And the count 1-2. And that's down and away. Runner at second, 2 down. This ball's chopped on the ground. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Phillies strand 1, still no score. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's going to be Will Wagner. Wheeler back to work. Just off the inside edge.
Well, these Blue Jays just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Nope.
And that one hit to first. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. Next to hit, Alejandro Kirk. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Kirk, 26 years old, and he's a native of Mexico. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Next offered in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. To the right side, stop. Slings to first, and that quickly 2 away. So up next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. Struck out swinging his first time. Just missed. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swings and misses, and the count 1-1. And that one pulled foul. Two down, nobody on. In the air to left, down the line. Kepler on the move, and that is that. Halfway through this one, still no score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Digging in, Alec Bohm. First offering, and it just misses.
Well, these Phillies just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They really haven't worked many deep counts or long at-bats, and that's fine if you're having a lot of success, but at this point, I think it's time to make an adjustment.
That's in there. Now 2 balls and a strike. And that drops in for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back. That's down. One hops off the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. Easy to spin off a pitch like that, Big, and can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Max Kepler at the plate. Fly to left his first time. Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone. Just missed. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
That to right. Springer there makes the catch. Runner tags at second. And the throw's offline, safe at third. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And now, JT Realmuto. His first at-bat was a strikeout.
You have to find a way to score the runner from third, especially with less than 2 outs. Wait for the pitch you want and hit it as hard as you can.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. Makes the grab. Runner tags for home. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Well, we finally have a score in this ball game. Sac fly, nice job of manufacturing a run, and that could end up being a big run at this rate.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott grounded out his first time. Outside low, and it's 1-0.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. He got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
High fly ball down the left field line. Santander makes the catch, inning over. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We're through 5. It's the Phillies 1 and the Jays 0. Back here in Philadelphia, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and leading off, Ernie Clement. And that's outside. Swing and a foul out of play. And 1-2. That's down and in.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
The next offering misses. 3-2 now.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. Fly to left his first time. Wheeler with a throw over. And he's back in easily. Pitch misses outside. 1-0. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're the top half of the 6th. There's a strike. Check swing, and he went 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him. That his 9th strikeout so far. Here's George Springer, 1 for 2.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
That's in there. And that is strike 1.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. That's to third. Boom. Over to stop for 1. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over.
Poetry in motion there as the second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that's the way to end the inning.
Back at Citizens Bank Park, bottom of the 6th. And the batter now, Brandon Marsh. Outside low, ball 1. And foul ball. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. So the batting order turns over, and digging in for Philadelphia, Kyle Schwarber. He is struck out, and he is walked. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Next offering is fouled back. That missed by a lot. 2-1.
Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Cut on and miss, struck him out, and that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Here's Trey Turner. First pitch misses.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Swing and a grounder foul first base side.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. Phillies down in order, but they still lead it 1-0. Back here in Philadelphia, we go to the top of the 7th, and the batter will be the shortstop, Bo Bichette. This one in the air. Boom. Under it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit, and the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 2 in this one. On the ground at first,
foul.
and it goes just foul. Looking to get the tying run on base.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Movement in the bullpen. Matt Strom, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Kirkering, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Blue Jays down a run. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That's out number 2. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Check swing, and that's a ball.
That's big right
1-1.
there, being able to check your swing. Think about the count swing. Instead of 0-2, he's sitting 1-1 against a really good arm.
That clips the zone, and a count 1-2.
This guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
And that skips in the dirt. To the right side, stop. Third out. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. It's the Phillies 1 and the Jays nothing. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here comes Bryce Harper.
Seems like the hitters are struggling with their timing today. Kind of caught in between that sharp fastball and the nasty slider. I'd like to see him settle on a consistent pitch.
Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Jimmy Garcia, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Green getting cranked up as well. He swings and fouls one off. Battling here as he fouls it away. Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Castellanos gets out of the way. That's ball 1.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Hammered on a line to left, base hit. So a man at first, and now it's Alec Bohm. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field, and George makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Max Kepler, the next to hit. High in the air, out to right. And that is Springer. And that will end the inning. 1 left for Philadelphia, but they lead it 1-0. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Matt Strom.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Well, one-run game, and now the DH, Will Wagner. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Jordan Romano, the closer, is getting loose. And it's even up. Tap foul at the plate. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. Little chopper rolls foul. Trying to hold a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one's in there. 0-2 now.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you'd love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Foul.
One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still 0-2. And that one is inside, ball 1. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
And a swing and a miss. Now 2 away.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Inside, just missed. Strom, 33 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in the state of North Dakota. Next offering is in for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And that's downstairs. And that's ball 2.
2-1.
Just
Inside,
missed.
ball 3.
Ernie Clement in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Two outs. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike 2. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Jordan Romano.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
So digging in, Ernie Clement. He's 0 for 1. And Chris, what about the stolen base to try and get the tying run into scoring position?
It's definitely in play, and you want to see it early in this count.
Pickoff move to first. Jimenez back in on a dive.
He's got plus speed, but in this situation, all eyes are going to be over there trying to keep his lead tight.
In there for strike 1.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you've got to stay within yourself.
Outside with a breaking ball.
Big situation right here. You got some speed over there at first base. He represents the tying run. Question is, do you send him and get him in the scoring position, or do you let that batter swing and maybe put you ahead?
There goes the runner. Transfer bobbled, and there's no throw. That one to first. Down the line, and it's foul. Jimenez on at second with 2 down. Swings and misses, struck him out. The high heat, too much on that one.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
And now it is JT Realmuto.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
First pitch just misses. Upstairs. And that's a little bit high. And now 3-0. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Runner, yes,
Realmuto runs. Yeah, that's fouled off. That catches the top part of the zone, and the count is 0-2. And that one gets past the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
And that's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goes down looking. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Marsh.
Well, bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run, and the number 9 guy at the plate. Garcia throw over. Real Muto back in there. First pitch, and he just misses. And that curveball drops in there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That's out to center field. Lucas right there to make the grab. And there's 2 away. Here comes Schwartz to the plate. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
And another ball.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's back there. Tattooed to Tatertown and gone. And Schwartz blasts one out. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
Base is empty with 2 away. Trey Turner at the plate. Right through there for a strike. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Swings and misses. Had him out front for strike 3. But the Phils get 2 on this blast. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. We go to the 9th, and now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
That one lifted to left. Kepler corrals it. And there's 1 down. And the batter is George Springer. 1 for 3. And that drops in for a strike.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
1 down, base is empty. Swings and misses. That's strike two.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
That's way outside. And that's ball one. Base is empty, one away here at the top of the ninth. Outside low. Now 2-2. That's a little bit low. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Castellanos falls it in, 2 away. So it's their last chance in this one. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 in this one. Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Phillies use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Great pitchers duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.
The shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.